Hello, this is Traeger. I'm a pediatrician with Advocate Medical Group. Today we're going to talk about what to expect when you're in the hospital with your newborn and kind of some early parenting kind of advice. Babies poop, okay? In the beginning it's gross, okay? It's this thick black tarry stuff called Meconium. And what happens with that is eventually, as the baby starts to take more in, that changes. It can look a little more mustard seedy, it can look brown, it can look all kinds of different colors. Now, the thing about poop is, so here's the deal. So poop, grandma, I'm not picking on grandma here, but grandma will worry about the poop. She'll say, oh, it's too hard, or it's too wet, or it's too whatever. You know what? Let's worry about poop only under two circumstances. Number one, okay, is if it's hard like little pebbles, like a rabbit poop. That's concerning. And then the other thing is if it's bloody, okay? And if there's blood in your poop, you need to let us know about this because we're concerned about it too. Everything else is pretty normal. Okay, so baby poops once a day, that's okay. Baby poops 20 times a day, that's okay too. It can be all kinds of different things. And don't be surprised if your baby poops once and then doesn't poop for a couple days and they're grunting and squealing and trying to go and nothing's coming out. That's normal. That's surprisingly normal. You can't do anything about that. All you can do is keep feeding the baby, make sure they're gaining weight, make sure there's no blood in it, and make sure it's not hard like little pebbles, and then that's fine. Everything will keep going on its own. If your baby's not gaining weight and struggling with the poop and stuff like that, then we'll talk about it and we'll kind of go from there. But for the most part, really nothing to be concerned about. Babies pee, okay? Now in the beginning, babies shouldn't pee very much. As they start to take more in, more formula, more breast milk, what'll happen is they will start to pee more. I'll know, or you'll know, that your baby is hydrated, meaning that they're getting enough in, is if they're peeing 4 or 5 times per day by the time they're 4 or 5 days old. So normally, if they're 3 days old, they should pee 3 times a day. 4 days old, 4 times a day. And then after that point, they should be going. And you're peeing, 4 or 5 times a day, which is great. In regards to feeding your baby, remember we talked about breast milk, we talked about formula, and that's great. Your baby doesn't need anything else. They don't need water, they don't need juice, they don't need Diet Coke, whatever, anything like that. You just give them formula and breast milk, that's all they need. No extra water or anything else like that. And then the last thing is about the jaundice. So jaundice is a kind of a complicated thing, but it's really, the thing is it's the yellow color of the skin. All babies get jaundice to some degree, but what we check every day while you're in the hospital is make sure that jaundice level isn't getting too high. If it gets too high, it could impact the baby's brain, so we check it and we're really, really careful. All pediatricians are very careful about checking to make sure that this doesn't become a problem. And then we'll tell you what to do if that happens. If your baby does have, their jaundice level does get kind of high, we'll talk about putting them under those blue lights so that way they can kind of drive the level back down. It's cool if that happens. Make sure you get a picture of it. It's really cool for the baby book. The babies do great with it. So that's pretty much it. That's what we talk about in the hospital. But the most important thing is answering your questions. Okay, no 2 babies are alike. No 2 moms or dads are going to be alike, and they're going to have all kinds of different questions. And really, that's the most exciting part for us, is to be able to answer your questions and make sure that you feel comfortable with everything that's going on.